Welcome to a special edition of YNAB with me on Monday. But before we get to that, I want to just chat a little bit about what's been going on, update you on my job search, and talk a little bit about some behind the scenes budget stuff. I'm also going to do a monthly review of March. Also, the first time that I'll even be doing it myself. I have never reviewed the month, but I've seen some other YNAB creators do it. And I think it's a good idea, and just to bring something new to the channel, especially because now I'm getting paid twice a month. I have less YNAB with me content. But as our first order of business, let's talk about what happened a week ago. So if you remember, in this video right here, I told you that I had just done my working interview. So that working interview was good, I guess. I knew though, before I saw the first patient, that I was not going to want to work there. There were many reasons throughout the day that made me say that this is not the place for me to work. But when I first got there, I realized that there was no sink in the room. And that might not be a big deal to you as a non-dental person, or maybe you are a dental person and you don't care. But I need a sink in the room, especially because I was having the patients do a pre-rinse and there was nowhere for me to pour it out. I had to leave the room. I had to physically turn the sink on. It wasn't one of the sinks where you could just kick it with your foot and turn it on. Pour the, spit pre-rinse back in the sink. And then I had to put it in the trash can, but the trash can wasn't open. It had a step pedal, so I had to step on that. The pre-rinse lasted for, I think, 2 patients. I was like, I'm not going out of the room all day to do a pre-rinse. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Not only that, in the room, the trash can, not only was it about 18 inches tall, the tiniest freaking trash can you've ever seen. I think the trash cans that I have next to my bed and my couch are taller than this trash can was. But not only that, it also had a step pedal. So every time I wanted to put something in the trash can, I had to step on it. It was just thing on top of thing. Another thing, I know I mentioned that they had the Nomad X-ray unit. I'd never used the Nomad and I thought it was gonna be really cool. No, the Nomad, if you don't know what a Nomad is, this is what it is right here. It's basically a handheld X-ray gun type thing. It's terrible. It's awful. It's extremely heavy and it's just like you have to position your body in a specific spot. And it's just not good. I could go on and on about the reasons why I wouldn't want to work there, but we don't need to go into it. Like I said, before the first patient, I knew it was not the office for me. During lunch, I ended up picking up a shift on Wednesday because I was like, I need to work and I'm not gonna obviously start working here. And I'll tell you about that temp shift on Wednesday. It was some more mess, as you can expect from, how I've told you that temping is like, it's like toxic. But, and then on lunch, I emailed the doctor who had given me the offer and I was like, I'm ready to accept the offer. Let me know when you want me to come in and do paperwork. And we ended up talking after work and she was like, you can come in on Wednesday. And I was like, dang it. I picked up a temp shift on Wednesday, which is normally my day off. Not thinking that this was gonna turn out like this where you would have been, ready to on board or whatever on Wednesday. And she's like, well, you can come Thursday, but it's like a lighter day, but that might be good because we can go over things. And I said, hey, I don't know how it sounds to you, but I don't have a shift tomorrow on Tuesday. If you want me to come in tomorrow, I can work. And she's like, well, that works perfect because I'm doing 4 cleanings and you can just do them. And I'm like, perfect. So I went in on Tuesday, officially started my first day. I think we had an hour in the morning of like kind of admin stuff, like, showing me more around the office because I had temped there twice, but when you temp, you don't know the ins and outs of the offices. So, I was shown around, shown where things are. And she saw my documentation for my I-9 or whatever it is. And then I had 4 patients and it was great. And then I actually ended up going on Thursday as well. Thursday, we had 2 hours in the morning of admin, stuff like that. And then I only had 2 patients, which is crazy. So I had like, I think it was a 18-year-old and then like a 30-something-year-old. Very late day. Amazing. And like I said in the video, I knew that it was a place that I would be happy at. And I literally cannot explain to you, like every day that I go there, it's like a joy. I've only been there 2 days, Tuesday and Thursday, but it's just a joy. For example, I told you I had 2 patients. They could have very well tried to fill the schedule and maybe they did, but they probably could have tried harder, maybe, I don't know. But going back to Wednesday, that temp shift that I told you about. So I picked it up because even though they said that they use a software that is literally so bad, it's called SoftDent. If you're a dental person, you know that SoftDent is awful. If you don't know, that's probably because you've only ever had SoftDent at your office. It's terrible, guys. You guys are working with terrible software. It's really slow. It's just like, It's like imagine if the dental software was from 1994. Like that's what it looks like. It's just like, it's bad. But even though it says soft dent, I kind of expected, hey, it says soft dent. They're not going to have a relief. The suction that I like to use, that's hands-free. I was like, they're using soft dent. They do not have a relief. They did have a relief, which was great, but they advertise 60-minute adult cleanings. When I get there, the lady shows me around. She sits down at the computer and she's going over the schedule. And second note, why do people, when they show you how to use the computer and use the software, why do they sit down and do it? Doesn't everybody know that the way for somebody to remember how to do something is for them to do it themselves? Like, I don't know how many times I've said, can you please let me do it? Because if I don't do it, I'm not going to remember. Like, I'm not going to remember how to get to the medical history, how to get to the perio charting, how to get anywhere, how to do anything if I'm standing there watching you. But if I'm sitting there doing it, I will remember. But that's beside the point. The point is, she's pulled up the schedule and she goes, well, we made it a little tight. And she shows me my schedule, and I'm noticing like there's too many patients in there because I signed up for a 5-hour shift. Don't know why I signed up for a 5-hour shift thinking it was like a short day. I think because it started a little bit later, but I normally see 7 patients in my normal day. I work 7 hours or 8 hours, and then I have a 1-hour lunch. So 7 patients. It was basically a full day on my day off. This is what they decided to do to make it a little tight. They decided to do 50 minutes for the first and second person, 40 minutes for the third person. I want to say 50 for the fourth person as well. And then 2-hour-long appointments. So I had 6 patients when I should have had 5. I was there for 5 hours, no break. No break. Yeah, that's a weird, whole nother story. But so after, she leaves and I'm setting up and writing down my patients, I'm trying to figure out like, how do I tell what time the appointment ends? Because I can kind of tell like, okay, this is 50 minutes, but it doesn't really show me the time the next appointment starts from what I could find. So another lady came in and she was like, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, but can you just help me understand, like, how do I know how long each appointment is? Because I don't understand. I was like, I signed up for this shift and it said 60-minute appointments, but this isn't 60 minutes. And I told her, I was like, it's my day off. I don't sign up for shifts that are 50 minutes. And so now I'm like trying to figure out what's going on. And then she obviously went and told the front desk lady, and they took the 40-minute person out of my schedule, put him somewhere else, and then extended everybody to 60 minutes. But it's like, okay, so you took the person out of my schedule, you put him somewhere else. Somebody else, I'm pretty sure, saw this person. So you mean there was a way for you to give me the schedule that you advertise at 60-minute appointments, but you just chose not to? That's what I mean when I say this is toxic, when I say that there's no respect for dental hygienists. Like, you obviously don't respect me as a person because you think, oh, we'll just give her as much work as we can. We'll cut these 4 appointments down, 3 by 10 minutes, 2 by 20 minutes, or 1 by 20 minutes, and it'll be fine. But it's actually not fine. It ended up being where I had 60-minute appointments for everybody. And then thank God the last person canceled, no show, whatever. So I was able to leave early, which was amazing because it was just like a mess. It was like hot. It was so hot in there. The doctor was like rude. They said when he does his exams, he likes the patient set up. So I set the patient up and then told him I was ready. But I stand when I do dental hygiene. And so he comes in the room and he says to me, oh, let's not have her so far up. And I go, oh, I'm sorry. I stand when I clean. I apologize. Like, let's not have her so high up. Like, oh, and get this. And then he stood to do the exam. These people are crazy. These people are nuts, okay? So that was that. But now I have a permanent job. We are closed this week. So guess my better judgment, I'm temping again. The office I temped at today, my friend temped there before, and she had a interesting experience, let's call it that. We'll see how my experience goes. I already know that they have you working out of 2 rooms, which I do not want. I do not like. I prefer to be in one spot. It's not a benefit to me to have somebody come in and clean my room and set up the room if it means that I have to swap rooms. Like, I'm just gonna try to finish early, clean my own room, stay in the same room all day because I don't wanna be flipping between 2 rooms. But we'll see how it goes. I might pick up another shift on Wednesday or Tuesday or Thursday, but I'm only gonna do 2. I'm not doing 3 shifts, which is my normal work week, 3 days a week. I'm not doing 3. I will do 2. That's about it. And I hope this place tomorrow has a relief, the suction. I don't know what they do, but I hope they do because not having a relief really ruins my day. It truly does, but nothing I can do about it. It'll be a fact-finding mission. If it goes well, they have a relief. It'll be one of the offices that when my office is closed, I can pick it up. Basically, my office is closed kind of like 1 week out of every month. I think there are 2 months for the remainder of the year where we don't have a week that we're closed. Every other month, it's like a week that we're closed. I don't know. I don't care. I can temp or I can just not work. Like literally whatever, I'll make it work. But getting into the money aspect of everything, I worked one day at my new office and it was the last day of the month, which was also the last pay period, last day of the pay period. So I got paid on Friday. So I have a little bitty check to budget with me. It's like $280 or maybe it's $230. The reason it's so little is because I sent $100 to my Fidelity Roth IRA, which was a mistake. I was kind of rushing when I filled out the paperwork and I put that I wanted to send $100 from each check to my IRA. What I should have said and what I have since changed is that I want to put 10%. Because of that change and because I never put the other money that I had saved, put aside for all of, the whole of March, because I never put any of that money into Fidelity, I might just hold off and not send that money. I might just put that money back and ready to assign and just have $100 be the amount that I put in for the entirety of March. I will go through and see how much money I got through my paychecks and basically do 10% because that's what I intend to do. After a year at this job, I'll be eligible for a simple IRA, which I did a little research myself and I learned that IRAs come with a mandatory company match, or not even a company match. I think it's a 3% contribution. And then so I'll do 3% as well at the very least, and then we'll rejigger some things, but that is way off in the distance. Another money update would be the Profi handpiece. Here it is, this $1,000 albatross. I went to list it on eBay, got through the process. I did the title, I did the photos, I did the description. I was figured out what type of box I was gonna pay for the shipping, and then I looked at the fees, and turns out eBay takes 13.6%. I looked at completed listings for that Profi handpiece. One sold for $1,000 like 2 days ago, but one also I think sold for like $730 like a week ago. Long story short, it's honestly better for me to just return it straight to the manufacturer, take the 25% restocking fee hit, because I paid sales tax on that, which was almost $100, and I wouldn't be getting any sales tax back if I sold it on eBay. I'm gonna have to take the hit, but at least it'll be, I think it's gonna be about $870 or maybe $970 back in my account. At least that'll be just guaranteed money. And it sucks, and 0 out of 10, would not recommend buying anything from Young. Do not do it. Don't buy from them. Buy from somebody else who offers you a no restocking fee, because it's sealed, like it's in the package. So total scam if you ask me. It's not really a scam because it said 25% restocking fee when I bought it and I chose to buy it. So not a scam per se, but not happy at all. Also, I didn't look yet, but I need to figure out what was the cost on my credit card for that. And I need to make sure that only this handpiece is what I'm waiting to pay. I told you I have the 12 months, 0% interest, but I don't plan to take it that far, maybe like 4 or 5 months. But I need to make sure that everything else that I put on that card, I'm paying off. I don't want it to be yellow and YNAB and it just have tons of charges on there that I'm not paying off. I want it to literally be the whatever restocking fee that I'm going to be charged. That's the only thing I want to be paying off over a period of, a few months. Let's get into the budget. Let's do a little bit of budget with me with this little tiny paycheck. And then let's do a little bit of rejiggering with categories. I do have some more updates that I want to talk about, but it'll be better once we're in YNAB. So one sec. So the first thing we should do is go back to March, because I definitely did not touch the budget like in March. And see, I have ready to assign still. I have yellow here, so I need to get all that worked out. And also, a commenter told me that probably my refund that I put towards my credit card security deposit, it should probably be like a transfer, and I totally agree with that. So I gotta figure that out. But what is this here? Oh, I don't know if I told you, I bought more glasses. I bought 3 pair, I wanna say. Maybe 2 pair. I don't know, but I bought some more glasses from Firmu this time, and looks like I went to Walmart a couple times. But anyway, these are all uncategorized, so I need to categorize that. Did 2 glasses. I think I did a tortoise shell and then like a matte clear. Is that how you spell tortoise? I guess so. This is the check came from my security deposit refund. There we go. I just have to figure out how to do it. I'll just say capital 1, secured credit card deposit refund. Okay, this should be inflow, ready to assign. I know that. Here we go. But what about the $200 was never on the budget. I got this credit card before I started using YNAB. I need to figure out how to categorize the $153.27 credit or inflow to my credit card. Oh my God, this is so confusing. $52. I don't need $52.01. I think, oh my God, I literally don't know what I'm doing. I think I can take away $52.01. Well, not $52.01 fully because I spent $5.28. What was that? So I need to do like 52.01 minus 5.28. That should be like 47 something. Ugh, I didn't do that right. Ugh, I think I forgot the minus. Minus 52.01 minus 5.28. Y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. Plus 5.28. Minus 52.01 plus 5.28. I only want to have 5.28. That's the current balance of my card. Okay, great. 46.73 was what I had on the account. So I needed to bring that back to ready to assign. So that seems correct. I still got $86 of uncategorized. I need to figure out what I spent at Walmart. One sec while I do that. Okay, we're back. Everything is categorized, but we still need to figure out our overspending. Oh, look, the credit card is green. Don't know how that's green, but it's green. We'll worry about that later. Let's get our overspending settled, because if you don't do that, it's gonna mess everything up for this month, the current month. Those 2 Walmart transactions, the majority of them were groceries. So inflow ready to assign. I had some personal care on those receipts. Actually, I think some of that is miscategorized. Let me search for the 912. That was actually that frozen yogurt. It was groceries and it was gross. And I reached out and was like, I need my money back, please. I did not love it. And they are sending me a check. I don't think it's gonna be the full 912, but it will be something. So we will get that for the groceries. And I think that will have taken me overspent again in groceries. All right, so ready to assign, but my personal care is less overspent. Maintenance and upgrades. Last week, I totally messed up and put the spray bottle under like my maintenance instead of my house maintenance. So that had to be fixed. Accessories, that must be the glasses, $52.86. Yes, ma'am. So we'll cover that. It's gonna take me overspent. So I think if you do this, it will take you negative, which is not good. Oh, good, it won't take you negative, which is great. And then I think I told you I bought some makeup. I bought like some eyebrow stuff and some lip stuff. I don't love the lip stuff. I might try to return it. We'll see. I have to come up with $62.98 to cover these 2. Where do we get the money from? We can take the money from investing. Let's just take the $100 for now, move it to ready to assign, and then I will cover the overspending, and then I will put whatever is remaining, just because I didn't want to do the math, back in investing, and we will see if we need to do anything else. I'll do that right now, actually. Let's look up all the money we got in March. Ready to assign. I got $280 plus $100, like I was saying, that went to Fidelity already, but that was in April. So that's not what we're worried about now. 414 from Tiro, 378, 373. But I think I had put $50 from this check into investing. I gotta write this down. Tiro for Chase, the $400 new checking. I won't count that as money that I should invest, even though I probably should be investing. Like anytime I get money, I should probably be putting part of it towards investing, but we won't, just to make things simple. Tiro. So we got paid $4,173.30. So you should have put $417. Yikes, I didn't put $417. Not even close. So actually we got to add, because remember, we actually got paid more than that. $422.33 is what I should have put towards my investing. Wow, definitely didn't do that. I'm glad that it's on the 10% now, because now I don't have to worry about it. It's just 10% going right off the top. That would have been crazy to invest for $422. That would have been amazing, but I'm like kind of tight right now. So it's like, yikes, I see so many other places that $422 could go, but that's fine. What that means is that I wasn't doing as bad as I thought I was. I got a really decent, 4 paychecks, $4,000. We have our amount that we need to invest, $422, which you did not do. That's crazy. Damn, I feel bad. Like I'm behind. I'm like super behind. I literally, $87 that I took away from myself. So $37, that's like 1%. Not even. What the hell? All right. Can't change the past. I mean, whatever. I could, but I can't also. Anyway, let's jump to today or this month, and let's categorize our transactions or approve whatever. I decided to do, this is the transfer from when I got the check. I put it in my checking put it in my checking and then transferred it to my savings, because when you deposit to checking, it's immediate. If I were to deposit to savings, it would have taken days and days. And my insurance came out. That's probably one of the things that's overspent. Panera, Capital One Cafe, Culver. You know what? Let me just select them all. Panera, Capital One Cafe, Culver's. Okay, I got $24.03 in interest from my savings account, which is fantastic. I got $9.24 in interest from my high yield savings account, which is great. That money goes into the emergency mode fund. It does not go to ready to assign, because any interest I get from my high yield, it's just staying there. It's an emergency fund. It's not income. Now, my interest from my savings account, that's where all my money is kept. That is income. Culver's again, Wendy's, yikes, Walgreens. What did I spend $7.29 at Walgreens? Oh, this is actually personal care. Oh, yikes. I hate that it unselected everything. This is actually personal care. I had a canker sore. Culver's again. I gotta stop going to Culver's. Bad thing is my new office right down the street from Culver's, right down the street. So it's gonna be dangerous. I gotta have a plan. I've already been thinking of my plan. I'm gonna take probably a frozen dinner just to keep things simple for the the first beginning part. I'm gonna take a frozen dinner. I'm gonna take a fruit cup, and then I'm gonna take some vegetables and try to make some type of dip, with Greek yogurt and some flavorings to make it, like a dip. I don't like ranch, or else basically put a Hidden Valley ranch packet in there, but not that, because I don't like ranch. So I'll have my frozen dinner, and then I'll have a nice fruit and a nice vegetable. It'll be nice and filling, nice and healthy, just to start. And then eventually I'm gonna start cooking and stuff, but literally the point will be to stay at work for lunch. I might allow myself 2 times a month. So once every other week, I can go to Culver's and get lunch. But other than that, I gotta stay at work. I cannot be going to Culver's for a multitude of reasons and eating Culver's 3 times a week or 1 time a week. I can't do it. Dollar Tree. This is career essentials. I basically bought some picture frames to put in my operatory. I bought 4 frames, and then I bought also a little mirror that I was gonna put up. But then my doctor, I told her about it, and she was like, "Oh, I have a mirror." So she's got a mirror. So I got to return 3 of the frames because I only used 2. I kind of bought options. So everything else is correct except for that canker sore medicine. So let's approve all those. Oh wait, I'm gonna put picture frame so that way I know. We'll approve those, and then we'll put 4 5x7 frames and circular mirror. And then I will say personal care, generic, and basal canker sore medicine. Now that we have that done, we will go back to our budget. Did I say at the beginning this was going to be short? Sorry. Let's look at our overspent. Figure out what we got to do here. Okay, car insurance was $15 overspent. Personal care, $7.29 overspent. Oh, my installment fee for doing my car insurance. And then fund money, I spent $8 extra. That's not too bad. Because I think if I remember correctly, last time I got paid, I did not put any money in fund money. Now that that's out of the way, it looks like we have $400.89 ready to assign. Oh, rent was cheaper than it was last month. So I have some money in my rent category. Student loans, like I said, I got a thing saying that it's now illegal to have the plan I have. I don't know. But you need $651. You're getting 3 paychecks. So we'll put $2. Federal taxes, you need $115. This is not a joke. By the 28th, 115 divided by 4. I feel so little, but it is what it is. Investing, we have the 3702. Again, the goal is 422.33 from, oh wait, you did have $100 go. Wait, you actually had $150 go, right? Yes, okay. So 272.33 is what we actually need. So, okay, I was like, damn, I needed 470 and I didn't do anything, or 4 whatever. Okay. 272.33. Okay, I was feeling so bad. I was like, how did I need $400 and I literally put nothing? Oh, but I guess the $100 I put today or this month, I got paid in April. Paydays are the 5th and the 20th. But the 5th was a weekend, so you got paid on Friday. I guess that really should have been for this month. That wouldn't be last month. Yeah, I didn't count that paycheck, I don't think. So 372. Yikes. Okay. So we're quite a bit off, but hate to say it, that 372 is definitely not going to go in there. I do have $2,778.33 in my emergency fund, which is great. So this is how much I have left over from rent. Rent was only $2,008.67. Because we need $1,778.40 by the 30th, and we are only getting 3 paychecks, we have to, do the math. Well, I'm not going to do the math, but the computer will. Well, look at that. That's all the money. I will not do that because that takes all the money. What I will do though, I'm just gonna go through everything, not assign unless something looks dire, and then we're gonna basically come back and assign everything here. So car insurance, that's already come out. Internet, it's got enough money. Center Point 2001 is the full thing. You can snooze it now because we are in that month. Phone plan on the 11th. You will get paid on the 9th, so we can take that. Actually, it's like, do I put the $5 now and then wait for the rent because rent is due? I'm just gonna put the $5 now because rent is at the end of the month. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to cover this before I need to cover rent. So now, oh wait, it was $15, not 5, but still put the 15 there. Excel, I don't believe I have the bill for that yet. And we have 2 paychecks, so we'll deal with that later. Groceries, I actually did want to go buy some food, but we're not dire. I can last until the 8th. That would be Wednesday. So that it's not going to really make a big difference, but at least I won't be overspending here. On the 8th, I'll go to the grocery store and then I will overspend, and then I will take it from the 9th paycheck and put it there. Gas or personal care gas, I have like a quarter tank, so I will need to get some gas, which means like $50. Yikes. Okay, I'm just gonna put it because I do need gas. Household goods, I don't think I need any. Oh, I kind of do need some household goods. I need some more detergent. I use a special detergent for my workout clothes and like my workout clothes really. And I just use the same stuff for my scrubs. It's like an enzyme detergent, like for, like, I don't know, whatever. That's not dire. That's not dire at all. Oops, I fucked up. I'm fucking up, but no money to put towards it. I already paid for my health insurance, but something is not correct here because this should really be telling me, oh, I need to save by the 31st because or the 30th or whatever. That way I will have the money when it comes out on the 1st, because this is looking like I don't need to save anything for health insurance. That is not the case. Monthly, have a last day refill up to. There we go. Yikes, it's getting tight now. It's getting tight because I got like $250 here. If we go back up to our debt, which would be like our student loans and our federal taxes, that's a total of, this is $123, but not due till June. So that's good, but we're in April. June is right around the corner. But that's gonna be $125 basically every month. And then this is $300 every month. That's $425 plus $250. So that's what, $675 just on bills. So probably my ass is going to be picking up a temp shift probably once a month just to have some extra money coming in, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Oh, $36.63 for repair replace, which is great, but my car has been doing some weird shit lately, so don't be surprised when I come on here and say my car's in the shop or this, that, and the other, because I can see that coming. I truly can. But unfortunately, I don't have no money to put towards that right now. DJI Osmo Pocket 3. We're done, babes. We're done. Edit target, delete the target, and hide it, honey. Hide it. Yay. Again, I've been saying I need to take this out of monthly. This is not a monthly bill anymore, admin. They're electronics. Non-monthly. For my license, I need a copy to keep in the dental office, like in the little frame where everybody's licenses are. Because I temp, I do have my license like in a little holder, and every time I go to an office, I display my license because that's what you're supposed to do. Legally, you have to have your license displayed, but I only have 1 copy. So I'm just displaying it in my room for now, but she wants a copy for the little, the little picture frame. So long story short, I need to get a new license so that way I can have 1 to keep with me when I temp and 1 to stay at the office. That will cost me $10. Being that I have $32.95 here, I don't need to put any more money towards it. And actually, now that I see I have $32.95, I will go ahead and buy that license tonight so that it can be on its way. But it will obviously increase how much I need to pay per month for my license. But another thing is that we do CPR as like a group. Like I was telling you, I really enjoy doing the CPR at my house for $100. But if I don't need to pay for that, then I don't need to pay for that, and I will go ahead and take the win. So let me take this $22.54, put that in inflow, ready to assign, and then I will hide this category. Let me take the target, edit the target, and delete that as well. I don't know how the targets work if you hide the category. Like, is it gonna think I need money? Probably not, but just to be sure, I will go ahead and take that out. Hide, okay, miscellaneous. Oh, so I sent those barriers back for the handpiece and they refunded me, which is fantastic. I have a $25.67 credit because that's coming back. Great. Clothes, I have $12.19. I'm gonna go ahead and put that towards inflow, ready to assign. More important, I don't need any clothes. $10 for parking, which is nice. I like to have my little buffer there. Should I park somewhere? Now YNAB, they need their money in 3 paychecks. So let's do 1551 divided by 3. Google One, why does it say funded? Oh, because we talked about doing the Google Play balance or whatever. But I thought of something. Every time I take a survey, it tells me like, this much of your balance is expiring on this day. Basically, the rewards expire a year after you earn them. I have like, I don't know, like 24 cents expiring in July. But if I do these surveys, whenever they come up like sometimes twice a day. Or what I'm trying to say is I might have a decent chunk of money expiring before, no, not I might. I have a decent chunk of money expiring before 8/31. So I need to figure out what the option is. Maybe I can buy myself a Google gift card and that'll be a way to preserve the money. But I definitely want to not lose out on a bunch of money. Another thing that I should mention that actually should be added to this admin and annuals, I'm going to pop back over here. We're going to add that here, is my car registration. Put a little car there. Or like, is there like a clipboard? I don't know why I feel like a clipboard would be like a registration. Stand there with a clipboard like, let's get registered, let's get registered. I looked it up, expiry September 2026. So we'll say August 31st and the amount is $60.25. I want to have a balance of, just in case I end up stealing from myself. If you put set aside, if you take money from it, it will not know that you still need more. So I need a balance of $60.25. Not eventually, I put the date, did I not? Okay, this is the part that confuses me. I think, let's say we put May. So this lets you have May to save it if you put May. So I need to say that I need it by August, right? Because if you said you needed this by April, before this month is over, it would say you need the full thing. Okay, great. So another thing, another learning lesson there. So we'll say August. Honestly, I got to put the 1205. Like there's no two ways about it. I think it's non-monthly. Is it monthly? I don't know, child. Is it monthly? It's non-monthly. It's annually. Yeah, right? Yes. I think it's always confused me because it's like, what does monthly mean? Does monthly mean you save for it monthly? Or does monthly mean you spend from it monthly? I think I've never figured that out. Do you have an opinion? Do you have any advice? What should monthly be? Things you spend from monthly, contribute to monthly? How does that work? I don't really get it. We're back in non-monthly. We've contributed for our car registration. We're good on Google One. Our passport, we need $1.49. I'll add 50 cents because I do like seeing that be green, and that way I'll only need $1 more for the 3 paychecks that I have left. Niceties monthly. We've already talked about renter's insurance. That needs to be moved. Okay, streaming. I am watching Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple TV. I have a free trial and my Peacock ends on the 12th. I don't know why it says the 9th, but I can get a bundle of Peacock and Apple TV for $14.99. And I have other ways to watch Your Friends and Neighbors, but honestly, for the ease of access, I'll just pay the $3. I think there's another show that I saw coming on Apple TV that seemed interesting, so it'll be fine. I think Your Friends and Neighbors ends on June 5th or something like that. So it'll just be for a few months. And I use Peacock for like Housewives. Rhode Island just started this week. Atlanta starts tonight. So we're gonna be, Peacock is pretty much a done deal. It's definitely like gonna stay in the budget, but I will drop back down to just Peacock after Your Friends and Neighbors goes off. But another thing is I have a $25 gift card that I'm going to use to purchase a Peacock gift card. So that way the payment is going to cost $16.34 after tax. So I will be able to cover 1 full month of Peacock and Apple TV. So actually, I don't need this $11.98. So I can take that, move that to inflow, ready to assign, and then I will edit the target. I will say by the 12th. And then it'll be $16.34. I'll just snooze that because we don't need that this month. I do need my Patreon, $11.99 divided by 3. Look, it's $4 this paycheck, so whatever. Furniture, not doing it. Maintenance and upgrades, Don't think I need anything. Ortho, definitely am going to need this. Don't know if it's in July or Black Friday. Probably, let's just call it Black Friday. Oh yeah, it's already set for November 20th. I do need $57, but that is literally like so nice to have. Like, we're not thinking about that. Sam's Club needs some extra money. You know what? I'll just give them their 50 cents. Okay, business stuff. I have some purchases I need to make. I have some purchases I will be making. I will leave this the way it is. Oh, it looks like for back-end tools, I think I need a little bit more than $50, but I'll make it work. And I also might be able to get away with not paying for system.io. Probably not, but I might be able to. TubeBuddy, I literally I don't know why I have this. I'm moving this to Inflow, ready to assign. Like, why do I have that there? Been there for months. Canva, I need $250 by the 13th, so you have 2 paychecks. So what, $125? Still haven't gotten my refund, the $114. Oh yeah, that's the money coming into the budget. But I'm gonna call them this week and figure out what the hell's going on because I would love to have that $114. I should also be getting that $400, really $500, but I told my friend I'd give her $100 for the referral. So I should be getting $400 this month. Oh, right. So the rent is really gonna be $400 less. Okay. Things are not looking as dire. Okay. And also, I have been trying to brainstorm things around my house that I can sell. Unfortunately, I'm laughing because I've already done this. I purchased this walking pad and I think I've probably been on it less than 5 times and I'm going to sell it. Like literally, I've already done this though. I've already purchased the walking pad, walked on it like 1 or 2 times and then like sold it. So this is crazy. I'm doing it again. But if I can get what I paid for it or almost what I paid for it, it's like a no-brainer. You know, I think I paid $125. I'm gonna list it for $100. I'm happy to pay $25 for the time I rented this walking pad and walked on it a few times. Like that makes a lot of sense. I also have a portable washing machine that I brought from my last apartment. I have a washing machine and dryer here, so I don't need that. I can sell that. So I'm trying to figure out ways to bring in more money, taking the pay cut with temping and the office being closed, like I mentioned, once a week, every month, pretty much. I definitely need to think about ways that I can make money. So we got the refund from the MSC cruise, the referral bonus from the apartment, selling stuff around the house. That should be maybe $700 coming in this month. So that's gonna be really nice. Also, I did look up the flights for my Virgin Voyages cruise rather next year, and it's not looking good. They're very expensive. If I wanted to take Delta there and back, it would be $300 there, $400 back. So $700 to go on Delta, crazy. But it looks like there's a $404 round trip on American Airlines. Only thing is the timing kind of sucks. I would be leaving at 6 a.m. to go to Miami, and then I would be leaving to come back home at 8:50 p.m. The 6 a.m. is not a huge deal because I always fly in the day before the cruise. I mean, it is a little bit of a big deal because the hotel's not gonna be ready. The doors are closing on the airplane at 6 a.m., which means I'm gonna have to get up at probably like 2 in the morning or something, 2 or 3 in the morning. So not great. And then when I get off the ship, probably gonna be like 10, 11 a.m. So I'm gonna have a fucking whole day just in the Miami airport. I have nothing I wanna do in Miami. So I looked into like trying to leave the next day, but if I wanted to do that, it was like too much. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like I could get a hotel, stay in the hotel, and then fly out the next day, but it was just like too expensive. If I wanted to do Fort Lauderdale, I could leave the day before, leave at 12:55, and it would cost $159. And then I could fly back at 6:15 p.m., which would be 2.5 hours before. And that would cost $199. But if you add those together, that's only $370. So I'm saving $30, but I'd be flying into Fort Lauderdale and I'm going into Miami. So I would have to take an Uber, train, plane, automobile, something to get from Fort Lauderdale to where I need to be. So it's pretty much a wash. Yeah, the timing would be a little bit better. And honestly, now that I'm looking at it, honestly, I might do that because leaving at 12:55 versus 6 a.m., that's huge. Like that, you know, I could like get up at 6 a.m. for instance, right? So I'll have to look more into that. Today was the first day that the tickets for February 28th were actually available for purchase. So I need to do a little bit more looking. And then I didn't really look at the hotel because I wasn't sure if I'm going to be going into Fort Lauderdale or Miami, but there shouldn't be a problem booking a hotel with the price line where you pay at the hotel when you check in. How much am I setting aside for the flight? Okay, $750. Yeah, it's not going to be $750, but you know, it'll be close. And I have two $12.46, which is really nice. Looks like I need some more money for the hotel here, but they're not going to charge me until I check in. I'm definitely not worried about that over rent. I'm going to wait till I have some of that money coming in from selling things and refunds and referrals and stuff like that. For the cruise fare, I mean, this is a problem. The $214.63 it really is, but there's nothing I can do about it right now. And of course, Thailand, yeah, we're going to have to really talk about a side hustle. Woo. And subscription treats, we're good. We should be getting a pineapple this month, and we love that. Niceties, sporadic. So before I jump over, there is another thing I need to add. So for my workout program, I know I mentioned a while ago that I kind of fell off working out. I'm back on track. I work out pretty much every day, and I'm gonna need to buy another subscription. I purchased the founder's special for her program. It was half off for the year, original price $300. I paid $150. I think she's gonna offer a similar deal for next year, but basically I need to save up $150. So I think I probably should add that to our nicety sporadic, probably lifestyle luxuries. So let's go there and add in Rachel's Fit Pilates, Rachel's Fit Physique actually. And then I will do an emoji of I don't think there's a Pilates, but there is a yoga, but it's not really yoga. I'll do a dumbbell, or you could do strong arm. Yeah, because I'm not deadlifting. We'll do strong arm. I don't like the strong arm. Deadlifting? Okay, we'll do deadlifting, I guess. I don't like that. We'll do the deadlifting. We'll do that. I'm gonna actually type it out. Oh wait, maybe I could just save that as wellness. It is really wellness. You know what? I think I will. So let's undo that. Let's just set our wellness $199. And then let's say that it's due December 8th. So we'll say by December 7th. Okay, so $17.97. Oh, right. I want to buy adjustable dumbbells. Oh, well. So I will say Rachel's Fit Physique. Again, don't know if it's going to be the half off. I hope it is, but could be more. Definitely getting a lot of value out of it at $199. I don't know how much more it can be before I feel like I'm still getting value. $300 from, or wait. Oh, wait, $150. Yeah, $150 is half of $300. I could do $200, but any more than that, I'm gonna be yikes. So let me get the target there. Okay, go back to your sporadic so we don't get confused. I have $15 for concerts because I didn't go to that comedy show. I'll just leave it. I'll probably steal from myself here soon. Oh, water. He's coming. I forgot. He's coming this month. I won't get the bill till next month, so we'll leave that the way it is. Did I skip something? How did I miss that? Because I've already gone through that. No, I didn't. Oh, I think we were here. I don't know what's going on, guys. I really don't. We'll just jump over here. Baby back bitch, wellness, concerts, books, gifts. I'm fine. I need to get my hair done. I need to give her $50 total. I think it costs 40 and I tipped 10. So I need to try to get my hair done in the next couple days. I meant to go take these out of my Wish farm and put them back on my wish list, but I didn't. Oh, there we go. $74.75 on digital products. 74 plus the 50, I think will be enough to do what I need to do. Luxury nonsense, Louis Vuitton, $150. Okay, good. Let's head back over to our rent and let's see if we do because I was taking money from categories and putting it back to ready to assign. I don't remember how much was there. So let's do plus, what do you need? 1,778.40 divided by 4. Overspent $100 and $101. So I really could just do minus 101.65 and then you should be back at YNAB broke. Oops, I mistyped. 101.65. There we go. Okay, so now we're YNAB broke, but we are not done. We are going to go look at last month. Check out what I spent. Here's the scary part, guys. Here's the scary part. If you've been drinking something and it's non-alcoholic, I would say probably add something a little stronger because it's about to get fucking crazy. Could be. Okay. I've never done this again. So, wow. Okay, that's from July to December. So let's just do last month. In March, we will do spending. Okay. So, spent quite a bit on travel. Spent quite a bit on career essentials. Travel, $1,129.73, 27%. Quite a bit on career. That's that Profi angle piece, basically. That's where that, can you get any more granularly? So I'm wondering, does this, I think it probably does do the refunds and stuff, right? So I feel like something is wrong because I think that I have returned, I don't know. Again, I've never been here before, so bear with me. Back to total spending. I feel like that's a little off. But when we check in for April, I'll jump back over here if it's necessary. If you guys tell me you're interested, let me know in the comments if you want me to kind of, jump back, and I will. Bills and basics, I guess it's too zoomed in. Okay, $515.59. How did I only spend $515 on bills? Rent costs more than that. I think I know why. Because, okay, I accidentally forgot to pay my rent like in March, and then I kind of forgot to pay it until like April 4th. So it's still pending. I need to put this, okay, here's the thing. I'll put it, okay, there we go. I put it on the 31st. Did that mess up? Hold on. Let's go back to the budget real quick because I'm worried that messed up saving for rent. Please don't have messed up, please. No, I think it's right. I think it's the same. I'll know when I edit it, but I think it's the same. Okay, so let's go back over here. Okay, there we go. Bills and basics, $2,254.26, with the majority being rent, car insurance, investing, but it says $150, but remember I took from myself. So how is it $150? That's insurance. Well, this $150 is probably from last month. So it doesn't, I still need to put that $200 or $300 or whatever, right? I don't really know. This is so strange. Anyway, bear with me, y'all. I thought this would be a good idea, but maybe it's not the greatest idea. 1% on the phone plan, 2% on Centerpoint, 2% on Excel, so 4% for my energy, 3% for my internet, okay? Travel, $1,129.73. That's because I paid off my balance for my cruise. Operating costs, $515.34. Mostly health insurance, 48%. Wow. 28% on gas, $145.28. That's quite a bit, I think. $145 on gas seems like a lot, but I guess gas went up, right? So maybe that's why. $73.90 on household goods. That also seems like a lot. Water delivery, 6%. Personal care, 2%. Oops, I fucked up, $2. Now we know that's not right. Now we know that's a lie. Good Eats, $349. That's good. I want to stay, I think it's between $300 and $375 a month. Lifestyle luxuries. Fun money, 60%. Wait, no, okay. Whew. That's 60% of my lifestyle luxuries. I was like, what the hell? I spent 60% of my money on fun money? No, 60% of the lifestyle luxuries. I spent $59.47 on concerts, which was going to see the play and going to the hockey game. That seems reasonable. Gifts, $50.58. Patreon, $11.99. Streaming, $11.98. Wellness, $6.60, which was like a workout set. Yeah, which I'm actually wearing now. Funny enough. Lifestyle luxuries was 6%. That's pretty good. Admin and annuals, 3%, which was wait, I didn't click the right one. All electronics replacements. Okay, yeah, paying wait a minute. I'm thinking. I think this is coming out soon, and I don't think that I planned for it. So we got to jump back over to the budget. Yeah, my hard drive, I got to pay for that. Do I have to pay for this still too? No, we're done with that. But you got to pay for the hard drive. Maybe that's why electronics replacements is still there. Maybe. Admin and annuals. Look at that. Coming up on the 9th. Ooh, okay. So I'm just gonna take the money from rent because again, this is due before rent. This will be the last payment, $63.99, then you'll have overspent. And I'm gonna get that from rent. Ooh, yeah, having that thing closed over there really kind of messed me up. I'm glad I'm doing this breakdown because I would have totally missed that. The look, 3%, some accessories. A lot of my glasses, spent almost $100 on glasses, but I got 5 pair of glasses. That's a lot of glasses for $98. Like, don't you remember when we were young and we would have to go to lens crafters and probably like 1 pair of glasses would be more than $100 and they would be ugly as hell too. So like, I don't mind that at all. I do need to chill. Like I only have one face. And then the swimsuit, which I returned. Why did that not, was the refund in March? Maybe that's why it's still showing as spending because I did get a refund for that swimsuit. Then I got my jeans and I got my shirt, which I wore to the wedding shower. Maintenance, $41.29. Oh, the nail stuff, which I still haven't used. And then like the lip tint and brow stuff that I think I want to return the lip tint. We'll see. Almost Real, the DJI Osmo Pocket, that was $134. I'm so glad that's off my back, but 100% would recommend the purchase if you are a creator and you were thinking about buying it. I love it. I use it to film these videos. It's great. It's like a little webcam. It's just great. I love it. AutoZone. This was the trash bags. And I don't remember the other thing now. Oh, the car wash. And parking. I spent $40 on parking. Right. Because I went to Dancing with the Stars and then it cost $28 total both ways. That doesn't seem right. I feel like that's not right. $28, $29. I guess no. I don't remember, but that doesn't seem right. $40 on parking, outlier month. That's not normal for me. I don't normally go anywhere. And then from studio to sanctuary, maintenance and upgrades. That's the spray bottle, $23.29, the spray bottle, and then the no tick clock. So that's how we spend our money. And then I know that one woman likes to do by category, and then she likes to do it by something else. I don't know. This that I'm in might actually be a YNAB toolkit function and not actually YNAB. Maybe I'll click this one. Oh yeah, I think this is the one she was looking at. Oh, this is pretty too. Isn't that pretty? Oh, but it's showing July 2025. That's not helpful. This month, and then I'll just do last month. Okay, so let's take a look at this real quick. Pretty much the same thing, right? Same thing it's the same thing we just looked at. It's just breaking it down a little different. We spent 33% on our rent, parking, water, trash, which I think that's right about what you're supposed to be, right? You're not supposed to spend more than 30% of your money on your housings, or maybe it's 25, but somewhere around there. I'm not doing too bad. Spent 18% on the cruise, which is quite a bit on travel, but whatever. I got to get the hell out of here, so sorry. Miscellaneous, that's career stuff, health insurance. Okay, looking at it like this and seeing that health insurance is only 4%, that feels better. Fund money, only 3%? Y'all, that's crazy. Fund money, how is that right? How did I only spend 3% on fund money? That's crazy. I was thinking I needed to cut back, like drink less matcha lattes, drink less kombucha. 3%? My fund money is supposed to be 35%. Isn't that right? 35? 20%. Okay, 20%, but still 20%, and I'm spending 3%. Oh my God, please. Matcha lattes for everybody. Groceries? Oh, okay, it's breaking it down by week. So 3%, less than a percent, less than a percent, less than a percent. So we'll call it 6% on groceries. That's pretty good, especially considering a lot of this fund money is eating out. So that's basically 6% on food at the most, right? That's really good, I think. Okay, I like this. Ooh, now this is bad. 2% on investing, and I think that's also from last month or the month before. Very bad, very, very bad. Not good at all, not good at all. So we have some work to do, but it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, guys. I thought it was gonna be really bad. This is not so bad. This is not so bad. Let me click into groups just quickly to see. It's kind of the same. It's just the headings instead of the actual stuff in it, you know? Oh, but this is showing 41. Oh, this is good. This is showing I'm spending 41% on bills and basics, which is rent. But then that's also, oh yeah, that's investing, that's internet. So that's not on housing. Okay. All right, this was really fun. Now, okay, I know I promised you a quicker video because we didn't have hardly any money to assign, but sorry, I guess I'm a liar. My bad on that one. But I hope you enjoyed the, review of March, seeing how we did. I was pleasantly surprised. I promise you. I promise you. I had a plan. I was like, I'm going to drink this many less matcha lattes, but 3%, there's really not a problem. Like there might be a problem, but the problem is not with my fund money. It truly isn't. But another thing that I also have to be cognizant of is that, actually, see, there is a problem. Somebody commented and they were like, yeah, you're only spending this much money on fund money, but you're also spending money on your fruit box and you're also spending money on travel. You know what I mean? So if you add all that stuff up, it probably is closer to, if not exceeding the 20%. So could possibly still be a problem with fund money. But now that I've dove into the monthly breakdown, I feel more comfortable. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be for real. So I will be doing that every month and it will get a lot smoother. I know it was kind of like janky and kind of like thrown on to the end, but it was literally my first time going in there. I've accidentally clicked on it multiple times and I just clicked right out of it because I've been scared. So happy that I finally looked at it, and we're going to look at it again and see how April went, and hopefully we see some improvements. Hopefully we have enough money to do everything we need to do. That's all for now. I will see y'all on Friday with another one. Bye.